In this excursion, we want to discuss personal firewalls and how to set up such a personal firewall. For that reason, to show details, we concentrate on Windows Firewall. So the Windows Firewall has been a standard component since Windows XP and Windows Server 2003. So for many years, if you install a Windows system, you have a component of the Windows Firewall. Microsoft developed this Windows Firewall after the disaster of the Blaster and Sasser-worm. We discussed these attacks when we spoke about the history of internet attacks. And after the huge disaster that was created by that worms, there was a criticism, and that you as a provider, you as a vendor of such an operating system, Microsoft, you should take care that the Windows systems are protected in the right way. The Windows Firewall has networks profiles with different restrictions. There is on one side the private network. This is usable for home, for workplace networks, file and printer sharing and network recognition. You are doing it, for example, like in your home. And there are guests. There is a status, the profile of a guest or public network with relatively strong restrictions for incoming connections, which are mostly not allowed. So this question, by the way, you are asked if you connect to a new network, which of these two profiles you want to apply. The active rules which are installed in your Windows Firewall can be viewed and also can be changed and could be even turned off. Here you see a screenshot which also allows you to introduce new own rules. When you introduce new rules, they are possible to do this program-based, do this port-based. You can do this predefined or user-defined. So there are different possibilities for specifying the type of support. And we want to give an example. For example, establishing how to establish a rule to block a particular program. For this application, you should navigate to Control Panel, System and Security, to Windows Firewall, and then call up Advanced Settings. Advanced Settings, then you come here. Here is the Advanced Settings. You come here to this page, and then you can create a new role. You have to say the filter, you have to define the filter. In our case, we want to do it program-based. You could also do it port-based or predefined. I already mentioned this, user-defined. And we want to choose the option program-based. Then from the different choices, you select this and come to this point. Then you have to select a program the rule is connected to, and the rule should be connected to. So, and the selection of the installation path. So, for example, we select the program the own cloud. So the own cloud is specified by giving here the path, the installation path of that program. And then you have to select the action to be performed. For example, block the connection. So you see here are different choices to perform and to select an action, and we select block the connection. Then we have to select the type of networks to which the rule is to be applied. So we can do the domain, we can do private, we can do public. And finally, we have to name the rule, and there's also the possibility to describe. So for later remembering what it is, here is the name of the rule, and then you can give a description. Now the rule is active, and the rule prohibits outgoing connections of the own cloud program, application. Own cloud, that was our program, and what we defined, what kind of action we defined with the rule, was to prohibit outgoing connections. So own cloud applications can no longer connect to the server. So you see also it's quite difficult to define such firewall rules. Here with this Windows firewall, Microsoft find a way to even help non-experts to define their roles. For example, this example we discussed, to secure connections, to prohibit outgoing connections to programs. But one could do similar things. You should, in any case, do it very carefully, but you see it's a possibility to the specific use, to adapt this Windows firewall to the specific use of your system.